Okay. Hi, everyone. It is Letty Patino again. This is day 2 of the 22 a day challenge. And I am here with my friend Benjamin or Ben, as I know him. And I'm just going to ask him a few questions as far as his service in the military. Ben, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody where you're from?
Yeah, sure. My name is Ben. I did 5 years in the U.S. Navy. I am from Modesto, California. That answered that right. I want to get ahead.
You did. Okay. What was your job in the Navy? You said, right?
Yeah. I was an avionics technician for a command called VAQ 209. I basically worked in the maintenance department on radar and communication systems for the EA-6B Prowler aircraft. In my time we did 2 deployments to Bagram, Afghanistan, in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. I worked most of that in the line shack doing flight line maintenance. Not that anybody really knows what that means, but I worked next to the runway doing like launches, recoveries, general servicing, general flight inspections, things like that.
Okay, awesome. I know God, my mind just blanked. You are currently working on a degree in what again? I know we've had some conversations back and forth on this. What are you currently working on?
Well, kind of ties into stuff. It's taken me a while to figure out where I'm trying to go with my degree. I started off going into computer science and all of that. Like a lot of veterans who get out, we don't know what the hell we're doing, where we're trying to go, because a lot of times you got experience in the military you either can't really use on the outside or you don't want to use on the outside. And in my case, I really don't want to do maintenance anymore or really technical stuff. I kind of want to get out and help people. And it took me a couple years to figure that out. And so I switched to a psychology major. And I'm switching my career into more of a behavioral therapy type of thing. Working with autistic kids. I'm actually starting a job here in the next couple of weeks as a behavioral technician, working with autistic kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah, get a lesson plan with their parents set up so that they can, get over some of their struggles and get through school as best as they can, and hopefully lead productive, independent lives.
Really good. What are, I guess if you could say anything to a veteran just coming out and trying to readjust to living back in the States, what would be the best advice, I guess, that you would give them? Or, I mean, maybe if you don't want to give them advice, maybe give civilians advice as far as dealing with you guys when you're back home. How
works with everybody. It takes a few years to wind down. Slow down. People are going to drive you crazy because they're stupid. But hang in there and don't lose hope. It's really hard to make connections with people on the outside because you're just different. The decompression, I've been out for 4 years. Next year will be 5, and I'm a lot better than I was, but I still got a long ways to go. And some people say you never completely decompress, but you just kind of have to hang in there. If you're going through a hard time, don't isolate yourself. That's bad. When I got out, I had a lot of times where I felt like I was a burden on my family and my loved ones. So it was easy to isolate and not talk about stuff because they just don't get it and they're not gonna. one of the best things I did, honestly, was getting back into school. You have to build. You have to really, you got to close that chapter of the military. Don't sit there and hold on to it. Don't go to the VA every 3 times a week, sitting there holding on to some shit like these Vietnam vets from 40 fucking years ago. It's not going to help you living in the past. You know, you have to close that chapter, move on, be what you are, but be what you are moving forward and to the best of your abilities going forward, and the world's going to reap a benefit. You can still serve, you know, like for me, finding service going forward in the next chapter is with, you know, kids with mental disabilities. Maybe once I get my degree at the VA, helping other vets decompress and telling them, get the fuck out of this place, go get yourself some civilian and go be a normal human being and function again.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing I've even learned out of psychology classes. I did a presentation on what's called suicidal behavior disorder. They made a whole disorder out of it. And one of the leading contributors, like the correlation that goes just across the board with anyone, is a sense of hopelessness, disconnection from family. You know, you can't, that's why I say you can't isolate yourself, and you got to build. You know, don't sit there and wallow. Don't live in the past. Those memories are just going to fuck with you. You know, don't let them do it. You've got to have hope. You've got to build. Don't stagnate. Even if it's just going to the gym. Say and I've been there, going through a divorce, missing your kids, you're alone, the walls are talking to you. You know, I'm in my 30s now, and people are hermits, and it takes 3 weeks of planning to go hang out with your friends, and, you know, life.
That's life.
Yeah, and so, like, you find yourself alone, staring at the walls, talking to your memories, watching war movies, reminiscing on Facebook about old stupid memes and shit. Like, you can't, you know, you gotta go to the gym, go for a run, you know, take control of something, have your personal health, just have some pattern of growth in your life that you can hold on to even through the tough times. Fuck, we did it in the military in Afghanistan. We didn't have a damn weekend. You know, you have these weekends you look forward to week after week, and you know, you remember back then you got to break it down to simpler pleasures. Oh, now I look forward to chow. Oh, you got no fucking chow. I guess I'm gonna look forward to chow on Friday. You know, you have little things that you look forward to, and that doesn't change. The mechanisms don't change, and honestly, it's really helped me. Once upon a time, I was in a really, really, really bad place, really, really dark fucking times, and you just got to take inventory of what you actually have control of, and oftentimes that's just your own hands and legs and where they take you, you know, because the world's full of crazy, stupid fucking people, and they don't care about you, and they're not gonna. It's up to you, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That was a really long
It was wonderful. I loved it. I loved it. And you know what? You know, it's great words, and I really hope that whoever needs to listen to it gets to listen to it, because you know, it's very, very great advice. So thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You have a good night.
All right, you too.